Yeah, I would say so. As long Transpose Master works best if you have subdivision history on all of your subtools, if possible. Um, and then as far as cleanup, like even with, let's go back to my guy. Where's my guy? There he is. So if I go grab this guy here, we'll turn this on. Yeah, so what you'll run into with Transpose Master if you're doing pose stuff. Now, I do like to work symmetrically just to save me a lot of time. However, yeah, if I want to go throw this guy in the Transpose Master, basically what it'll do is drop him down to the lowest division level along with everything else and then allow me to pose him. However, once you do go and pose him, you're going to be a little bit limited because it's not like you're painting weights necessarily. You can use Z-spheres to pose, but again, that's just kind of, you can kind of control it with the number of Z-spheres and the placement of Z-spheres, but usually what I'll do is just go through here and we'll like mask lasso, or you can hold down, hit R and hold down control and just drag along your object here. And then you can like place your transpose as bones and just kind of grab the outer ring to reposition. And now you can kind of go through here and kind of rotate this stuff in. Or if you want to, you can just make an anchor where you want it and rotate like that. Kind of depends on what works best for you. Also, again, like in this case here, I might be inclined just to use control drag just to get what I want. Control tap to invert. If you want to blur this mask out, hold down control and tap. That blurs. Control alt tap sharpens. Oops. Sharpens up your mask, so you can use that. You can kind of go through here, invert that mask, and again, you can just like, I'll just grab this elbow where it's gonna, where that ulna kind of bends here, and you can use move to kind of change that. Now you are gonna have some stuff in here that's gonna have to be fixed, so you're probably gonna want to go in with your smooth brush. Now, when you are supinated versus pronated, let me do this here. So, ladies, if you see when you're doing your bicep, am I even on here? Let me see. Let me make sure I'm on my camera. So, when you're supinated or pronated, whoop, there we go. So, when my palm is away and you're grabbing something, see how the bicep is long like this? If you turn your hand this way, what that's going to do is kind of add a gap, so it's going to peak here and then it's going to be a space here and then it's going to get to your forearm. If I move my arm around, it's going to flatten it out. So depending on if you're supinated or pronated, you could have a gap in here you need to smooth out, and then depending on how the rest of his arm is twisted there, or if his arm is twisted the other way, this is probably fine. And then you can go through here and kind of just inflate this up. And the ulna is going to be sticking out here, so you might have to go in with your move brush here. And then as you step up through the subdivisions, it's just going to be a little bit of corrective sculpting. Now, depending on how crazy you go, you might have to do some real corrective sculpting. Like if I move this leg way back, it's going to like cut into his butt, and you might have to go through here with your clay brush. I don't know of a way around that. And your muscles, like I said, your muscles are going to do different things depending on how your arms are rotated or your legs are rotated or how things are flexing on the body, especially back here. This doesn't stay like this. As this rotates forward, it's going to stretch the lats across the rib cage, and your teres major and teres minor and infraspinatus are going to do some interesting stuff. Depending on if your arms are back or your arms are forward, they're going to look very, very different. So that's just, unless you have a muscle sim on a rig, and you sculpt all this stuff to, set driven keys or whatever, or blends, driving blend shapes, you're just going to have to go in and sculpt the corrective stuff. But I don't know a way around that, but it's kind of fun to do, honestly, and that's kind of just the fun anatomy stuff.